Andrea Bocelli hits rock bottom after his new diagnosis. Andrea Bocelli was born on September 22, 1958, in the picturesque town of Lajatico, nestled in the heart of Tuscany, Italy. This enchanting region, known for its rolling hills, vineyards, and rich cultural heritage, provided a beautiful backdrop for Andrea's early life. From a young age, he displayed a remarkable passion for music, which was nurtured by the melodies of his surroundings. As a child, Andrea often listened to his parents' vinyl records, captivated by the voices of legendary artists like Luciano Pavarotti and the romantic strains of Italian folk music. It was evident that he possessed a natural talent for singing and playing musical instruments, often experimenting with the piano and flute. Little did anyone know that this young boy with a promising future in music would encounter a life-altering challenge that would ultimately shape the course of his extraordinary journey. At the tender age of 12, Andrea's life took an unforeseen turn when he was diagnosed with congenital glaucoma. This devastating eye condition, characterized by increased pressure in the eye, affects the optic nerve and gradually leads to vision loss if not adequately treated. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, young Andrea's vision deteriorated at a rapid pace, and he faced the heart-wrenching reality of losing his sight entirely. This diagnosis was not just a medical condition, it represented a profound shift in Andrea's life. The dreams he had once nurtured were now shadowed by uncertainty, and the carefree days of childhood began to give way to the challenges of coping with a severe disability. The world of a visually impaired person can be a daunting place, full of unknown obstacles and challenges. Everyday activities that most people take for granted became hurdles for Andrea. However, instead of succumbing to despair, he chose to confront his fears with courage. Andrea's indomitable spirit and love for music acted as a beacon of hope that guided him through the darkness. Music became his sanctuary, a realm where his voice could express emotions that words alone could never convey. It provided him with a sense of identity and purpose that transcended the limitations imposed by his visual impairment. His profound connection to music allowed him to immerse himself in a world of beauty and melody, and he began to understand that his disability did not define him. Rather, it fueled his passion and desire to share his gifts with the world. With immense determination, Andrea continued his education, enrolling in law school at the renowned University of Pisa. Despite the demands of his legal studies, he found ways to incorporate music into his life. Balancing academic pursuits with his love for music was no easy task, yet Andrea managed to carve out time for vocal training under the guidance of esteemed mentors. He honed his craft, developing a powerful technique that would eventually define his unique sound. It was during this formative period that Andrea's voice blossomed into the powerful and soul-stirring instrument that would captivate audiences worldwide. His ability to convey emotion through song resonated deeply with listeners, bridging cultural and linguistic divides. As Andrea navigated his way through law school, he found himself increasingly drawn to the stage. The allure of performing, combined with the validation of his talent, led him to take bold steps toward a career in music. Despite the risks involved in abandoning his legal studies for a life dedicated to music, Andrea felt a calling that he could not ignore. This inner drive propelled him to perform at local venues, where he gradually gained recognition for his exceptional talent. His performances were not just about entertainment, they became a testament to his resilience and an inspiration for others facing similar challenges. Through unwavering persistence and a remarkable ability to connect with audiences, Andrea Bocelli ultimately achieved the recognition he deserved. His breakthrough moment came in the early 1990s when he recorded a demo tape that caught the attention of renowned Italian tenor Luciano Pavarotti. Pavarotti's endorsement opened doors for Andrea, leading to collaborations with various artists and his debut album, Il mare calmo della sera, in 1994. This album marked the beginning of an illustrious career, as Andrea's unique blend of pop and classical music resonated with a global audience. The 1992 Sanremo Music Festival proved to be a life-altering event for Andrea Bocelli, a moment steeped in serendipity and transformative power. As an emerging artist, he took to the stage alongside the celebrated Italian singer Zucchero to perform the hauntingly beautiful song Miserere. This song was more than just a melody, It was a raw, emotional piece that touched on the profound themes of suffering and redemption, concepts that resonated deeply with Bocelli's personal life and struggles. Andrea's poignant interpretation of Miserere, combined with his stunning vocal range and heartfelt delivery, moved the audience and judges alike. For Andrea, this performance was a definitive turning point. Despite his promising career in law, he made the bold and courageous decision to commit his life to music, realizing that his true passion lay in touching hearts through his voice. This moment marked his transition from an aspiring lawyer to a rising star in the world of music, and it set him on a path toward an extraordinary international career. In 1994, just 2 years after that pivotal moment, Andrea Bocelli released his debut album, Il mare calmo della sera. The title, meaning the calm sea of the evening, mirrored the serene yet powerful quality of his voice, which could soothe listeners even as it conveyed intense emotional depth. Each song on the album showcased his extraordinary vocal abilities, blending his classical training with an innate ability to convey emotion. This unique combination captured the attention of critics and fans alike, drawing accolades for his vocal richness and the storytelling that infused each performance. The album solidified Andrea Bocelli's reputation as an emerging powerhouse, positioning him as a rising talent in both pop and classical music. With Il mare calmo della sera, he not only proved his technical skill but also demonstrated his ability to bridge the gap between classical and popular music, attracting fans from both genres and establishing himself as a versatile, genre-defying artist. But it was his collaboration with the English soprano Sarah Brightman that would catapult Andrea Bocelli to international stardom and make his voice known across continents. Their duet, Con te partirò, later adapted into the English version Time to Say Goodbye, was more than just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. The song's sweeping orchestration, combined with Andrea and Sarah's remarkable vocal chemistry, gave it an ethereal quality that struck a universal chord. Con te partirò transcended language and cultural barriers, reaching millions worldwide with its themes of longing, farewell, and hope. The song became an instant classic, breaking records and becoming one of the best-selling singles of all time. For Andrea, this song was not only a personal triumph but also a testament to the power of music to connect people across cultures and languages, securing his place as a global icon in both pop and classical music realms. Andrea Bocelli's artistry extended beyond his crossover successes into the world of opera, where he brought his voice to the most challenging and beloved roles. Among his many unforgettable performances, his rendition of Nessun Dorma from Puccini's Turandot stands out as a testament to his vocal mastery and emotional expression. Nessun Dorma is known for its dramatic power, demanding both technical proficiency and the ability to convey profound longing and passion. Andrea's performance left audiences awestruck, his voice soaring effortlessly to deliver each climactic note with passion and precision. His interpretation of this aria captivated opera enthusiasts and casual listeners alike, bridging the gap between opera's traditional audience and new admirers of classical music. Through these performances, Andrea Bocelli continued to build his legacy, reaffirming his place as a versatile and commanding figure in the music world whose voice would go on to inspire generations. One of Andrea Bocelli's defining characteristics is his willingness to collaborate with artists from diverse musical backgrounds, showcasing his openness to innovation and his genuine passion for music. Rather than confining himself strictly to his classical roots, he explores various genres, bridging the worlds of classical, pop, opera, and contemporary music. This willingness has set Bocelli apart as a unique and versatile artist who continuously breaks down the traditional barriers within the music industry. His collaborations with different artists not only expand his reach to broader audiences but also enhance his artistry as he blends his operatic training with modern sounds. Bocelli's exceptional ability to adapt his voice allows him to harmonize beautifully with artists from entirely different genres, creating musical experiences that are not only captivating but also groundbreaking, showing that music can transcend genre limitations when executed with skill and passion. One of Bocelli's most iconic collaborations is the duet The Prayer, performed alongside Canadian singer Celine Dion. Released in 1998, The Prayer became an instant classic, celebrated for its profound emotion and the seamless blending of Bocelli's tenor with Dion's powerful voice. The song, which combines English and Italian lyrics, allows both artists to bring their distinct styles to the piece while still achieving a harmonious blend. Their performance earned them a Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song and a Grammy nomination, further solidifying its place in music history. The delicate interaction between their voices conveys a sense of vulnerability, prayerful hope, and compassion that resonates deeply with listeners, transcending language barriers. Millions worldwide found themselves moved by the song's beauty, with the prayer becoming a timeless anthem at weddings, celebrations, and international events, marking it as one of the most beloved duets in contemporary music history. In another notable collaboration, Bocelli joined forces with British singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran on the song Amo Soltanto Te, I Only Love You, for Bocelli's album See, released in 2018. Ed Sheeran's heartfelt, modern songwriting style blended surprisingly well with Bocelli's classical Italian tenor, creating a sound that was both fresh and timeless. The song's romantic lyrics and sweeping melody allowed Bocelli to channel his expressive, emotive interpretation, while Sheeran's vocal harmonies provided a complementary touch that appealed to a wide audience, bridging the gap between classical and pop fans. This collaboration underscored Bocelli's ability to keep his music relevant in the modern age while preserving his classical roots. The track became a standout piece on See, reaching listeners who might otherwise not have ventured into classical music, and demonstrating that Bocelli's musical versatility has a profound crossover appeal. Bocelli's duet with pop sensation Ariana Grande on the song E più ti penso, The More I Think of You, represents yet another fascinating blend of genres. With Grande known for her powerful pop and R&B vocals, and Bocelli for his operatic prowess, their collaboration was a bold choice that brought together fans from both of their musical worlds. The song, originally written as an Italian ballad, allows for a unique fusion of pop and opera, with Grande's more contemporary voice weaving through Bocelli's classically trained tone. This pairing revealed the respect they both have for each other's artistry, as each adapted their style to make space for the other. The result was a hauntingly beautiful melody that highlights the chemistry between the two artists, further cementing Bocelli's reputation as a versatile and adaptable musician. This duet not only captured the attention of their respective fan bases but also appealed to listeners who admire the merging of different musical worlds. In addition to these collaborations, Andrea Bocelli's solo work is a testament to his dedication to bridging genres and cultures through music. His voice, often described as having an almost ethereal quality, is uniquely capable of expressing a wide spectrum of emotions, from joy and passion to sorrow and longing. His ability to move between classical and contemporary sounds with ease has led to a diverse discography that appeals to music lovers from all walks of life. Albums such as Romanza, Sogno, Cled Toscana, Amore, and See showcase Bocelli's artistry and have achieved remarkable commercial success, topping charts in numerous countries. Each album reflects a different facet of his talent, with Romanza popularizing him internationally and See becoming his first album to reach #1 on the US Billboard 200. His expansive body of work demonstrates Bocelli's commitment to keeping classical music relevant in the contemporary music scene, a rare feat in the industry. Andrea Bocelli's life is not only a testament to musical talent but also a beautiful story of devotion to family, resilience through personal challenges, and the journey of finding love twice. Bocelli's first marriage was to Enrica Senzotti, whom he met in 1987 when he was in his late 20s and building his early career. Their marriage brought 2 sons into his life, Amos, born in 1995, and Matteo, born in 1997. Bocelli has often spoken about the joys and responsibilities of fatherhood, emphasizing the importance of being present and nurturing his sons' interests and growth. Although his music career was demanding, Bocelli prioritized his role as a father, often integrating his children into his life on the road and in the studio, where they were introduced to the world of music at an early age. The marriage between Bocelli and Senzotti, while filled with love, faced its own set of challenges, ultimately leading to their separation in 2002. Although divorce can often create distance, Bocelli and Senzotti remained united in their commitment to raising Amos and Matteo. The children grew up in a supportive environment, with both parents actively participating in their lives and providing stability. This closeness between Bocelli and his sons is evident today, especially in his relationship with Matteo, who has followed in his father's musical footsteps. Matteo, gifted with a voice and musical talent, has even collaborated with Bocelli on duets, blending his modern sensibilities with the classical traditions his father mastered. Their duet Fall on Me in 2018 was a worldwide hit and demonstrated how the Bocelli family's love for music is both a legacy and a bond. Years after his divorce, Bocelli's life took a new turn when he met Veronica Berti, who would become his partner, muse, and eventually his wife. Veronica, significantly younger than Bocelli, met him while she was managing aspects of his career, and they developed a deep connection that went beyond their professional relationship. Veronica brought new energy and perspective to Bocelli's life, and their bond flourished over time, marked by shared values, mutual respect, and a love for the arts. Bocelli has credited Veronica for providing him with emotional strength and stability, especially as his career became more demanding. In 2012, the couple celebrated another joyful chapter with the birth of their daughter, Virginia, who brought a new sense of joy to the family. Virginia's birth symbolized renewal and happiness, adding a new dynamic to Bocelli's life as he embraced fatherhood once more in his mid-50s. In 2014, Andrea Bocelli and Veronica Berti married in a beautiful ceremony held in Italy, solidifying their commitment to each other and marking the beginning of a new chapter. Their wedding, attended by family and close friends, was an intimate celebration of love and family unity. With Veronica by his side, Bocelli's family felt complete, blending the past with the present and creating a close-knit family unit that values togetherness, love, and mutual respect. Today, Andrea, Veronica, Amos, Matteo, and young Virginia form a unique family that cherishes tradition while embracing new experiences. Bocelli often shares his life on stage with his family, involving both his wife and children in his performances, blending family and career in a way that brings a special warmth to his music and public persona. This commitment to family is evident in his interviews, where he often emphasizes that his success would be incomplete without the love and support of his family. Despite his global fame, Bocelli has managed to create a life that prioritizes his loved ones, illustrating that for him, music and family are not just parallel parts of his life. They are intertwined, each inspiring the other. Whether performing on the grandest stages worldwide or spending quiet time at home in Tuscany, Bocelli remains grounded by the love and connection he shares with his family, which, to him, is his greatest accomplishment. In an unforeseen and tragic turn of events, the internationally celebrated tenor, Andrea Bocelli, known for his ethereal voice and inspiring life story, faced an intense, life-threatening health crisis at the age of 66. Fans and loved ones worldwide were thrown into profound shock when news emerged of Bocelli's terrifying ordeal. He had suffered a severe stroke accompanied by a massive cerebral hemorrhage, a combination that would leave anyone deeply concerned about his survival. This sudden medical emergency threatened not only his career and life's work but, most tragically, his very existence. Bocelli's family, his devoted fans, and the global music community were overcome with concern as he was rushed to the nearest hospital, where his condition was reported as critical and unstable. At the hospital, the initial assessment painted a bleak picture. Bocelli arrived in a state of extreme distress, his blood pressure dangerously elevated to 240 mm Hg, more than double the normal level, putting him at immense risk of further complications. He showed severe symptoms, including persistent vomiting, frequent fainting episodes, and eventually, a cardiac arrest that brought him to the brink of death. The medical staff immediately sprang into action, fighting against the clock to stabilize his condition. With such elevated blood pressure and the concurrent cardiac crisis, they knew every moment mattered. Despite their efforts, Bocelli's life hung by a thread, and the situation was so grave that many feared the worst. Just as hope seemed to be slipping away, a glimmer of optimism appeared through a bold and pioneering medical decision. A team of world-class doctors decided to attempt an intricate and high-risk surgical intervention to save the iconic tenor. Bocelli's journey through the harrowing ordeal was far from easy. During the course of treatment, he experienced not one but two relapses into a coma. These relapses were frightening, casting a shadow of uncertainty over his recovery and leaving his family devastated each time he slipped back into unconsciousness. His medical team utilized advanced imaging techniques, including computed tomography, to meticulously monitor his brain's condition. The scans revealed a catastrophic hemorrhage in the left hemisphere, a 40-millimeter clot causing a massive buildup of pressure against the brain's central regions. This pressure posed a severe risk of irreversible damage and, ultimately, of survival itself. Understanding the magnitude of this medical crisis, a team of specialists from different disciplines, neurosurgeons, imaging experts, anesthesiologists, and other critical care experts, assembled to create a life-saving plan. For them, this case was no ordinary stroke. It was a monumental challenge that required creativity, skill, and the use of every advanced medical tool available. Each team member, aware of the risks, agreed that the stakes couldn't be higher. Bocelli's life, and perhaps his ability to sing again, depended on a successful intervention, one that would require near-perfect execution. After careful deliberation and consultation with Bocelli's family, the doctors prepared for an unprecedented combined surgical approach. The chosen strategy involved both clamping the middle cerebral artery to stem the dangerous bleeding, and simultaneously removing the large hematoma, which was compressing his brain tissue and threatening to cause permanent damage. This groundbreaking surgery was set to last an agonizing 7 hours. Inside the operating room, every team member felt the weight of the responsibility they carried. The surgical team, led by skilled neurosurgeons, meticulously opened Bocelli's skull and navigated through the complex maze of his brain, carefully working to expose the hemorrhage and stabilize the left middle cerebral artery. This was an exceedingly high-stakes operation that demanded precision, as even the smallest mistake could have caused irreversible harm to Bocelli's brain function. With the hemorrhage located near essential neurological pathways, their task was not only to halt the bleeding but to prevent any additional trauma to these critical structures. It was a battle against time, as prolonged pressure on the brain could result in devastating, permanent damage. Following the procedure, the doctors shared the extraordinary challenges they had faced. Bocelli's condition had been sudden and brutal, with symptoms that started as an excruciating headache before rapidly escalating to convulsions and eventual coma. Such severe cases, especially at Bocelli's age, generally have discouraging outcomes. For a man in his mid-60s to experience a cerebral hemorrhage of this magnitude, the survival odds were unsettlingly low, and his team feared he may never fully recover. Yet, against these grim predictions, Bocelli's resilience was astonishing. His strength and determination to survive became a testament to his enduring spirit. A spirit that had once propelled him from a modest background to worldwide fame as one of the most gifted tenors of his time. Bocelli's hemorrhage was the result of a ruptured aneurysm, a life-threatening condition known to have mortality rates between 30 to 50% in the best circumstances. For Bocelli, however, the severity of the bleeding increased his risk even further, raising his mortality odds to a staggering 80 to 90%. This statistic cast a shadow over his prognosis and amplified the uncertainty surrounding his recovery. Nonetheless, he fought on, defying the limitations of the human body with a determination as powerful as his voice. In his darkest hour, Bocelli's survival became a beacon of hope, a story of human tenacity that inspired countless people around the world. In what can only be described as a miraculous feat of modern medicine and human willpower, Andrea Bocelli emerged from his life-or-death struggle with a renewed chance at life. The road to full recovery will be challenging and likely arduous, filled with physical rehabilitation, speech therapy, and ongoing medical care. Yet, the fact that he survived at all stands as a triumph of science, skill, and sheer grit. His journey is far from over, but his survival has already become an inspiring testament to the power of modern medicine and the resilience of the human spirit. As the world anxiously waits for news of his progress, fans, friends, and family rally behind him, cheering on the man who, even when faced with his greatest adversity, refused to let go of life's grand opera.